Welcome, Prowl Nation. It's lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Lions Nation Unite. It is Team 84, Herman Moore. Awesome. Yeah, last night we kind of took one on the chin last night, but at least we didn't get our helmet ripped off like Aaron Rodgers did.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get into everything else on this show, let me kick it to my main man, the man of steel himself, Curt Steele.
What up, dude? Welcome to the show, people. You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. You're home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And you know, we're on that march to 10,000. So what I need you to do is, if you haven't done so already, click the subscribe button and join the channel. Be a part of the family that is Prowl Nation. Now it's time to kick to the third man of the crew, my man, the ladies' pet, LL Cool Tawrence.
What's up? You can't say that too loud because they might think they might start treating me like a pet. But good morning, Proud Nation, and let's go.
Let's get this thing started
Right now.
Let go.
Detroit Lions talk, baby.
We're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Yes, sir. We in the deep.
Welcome back to the show, people. We're going to talk about this 35-17 loss to Green Bay in Green Bay with the home cooking and everything like that. But what do you got on this? A little bit of your thoughts on the game, Curt.
All right, so the game itself, you know, the Lions came out firing. Jared Goff was pushing that ball down the field, and we were up at halftime, 17-14. Some people may thought it was a little bit of a, clock management issue at the end of the first half, but I think the Lions were trying to keep the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hands so he couldn't get that ball down the field right before halftime. We took the points instead of going for, we took a shot for the end zone, but didn't work out. So we took the 3 points and, took that lead into halftime. And that where the problem began, because in the second half, it was ridiculous. We did not score another point. And the Packers just ran that score up, really just tearing apart our defense, our secondary. We had some bright spots in that game early in the first half, but it was just, I guess, the Packers enforcing their will, especially on our linebacking core. It was not fun at all watching that second half of football for the Detroit Lions. They had some issues on that defensive side of the ball. There were some bright spots on both sides of the ball, but I think the same thing happened this week that happened last week, just in a reverse order. Last week, we established the run, but we forgot we could pass the ball. This week, we passed the ball and forgot we could run the damn ball. My thing is, you have to have a good mix. And when the defense is porous like it is, you have to have a good clock management game to win, to put yourself in contention to win games. You're going to have ball control offense. And that's just one thing we did not have in this game. We tried to outscore Aaron Rodgers, and you just can't do that, man. Not with the defense that we have, But I would say, like I said, there were some bright spots. There were some things that need to be, definitely need to be addressed. There's going to be some personnel issues. We're going to have it on the field right now, especially with some veteran players. That has to be addressed here in the upcoming week, because the way that the next opponent plays, they play fast and they run the ball hard. So, and you have a quarterback over there, Lamar Jackson. If you don't get that guy on the field, he's going to be running up the score all day. I mean, so some issues we're going to have to be addressed, but we'll get into that more in detail once we break down each side of the ball. But LL, what do you think about the game last night?
We just don't got the horses, man. I like how you said we have personnel issues. I say we might just don't got the horses, man. Balls flying right past Anzalone's head, right by the, hitting a good stop, but hitting cornerbacks in the back of the helmet, meaning, you're not turning your head around. Just, technique things. This Dan Campbell said it himself. It's a lot of things they got to clean up. I expect they will. I have at least that much faith. It was a lot, man. It was one of those. It felt like a vintage Lions game. Like watching this is like, come on, man.
The second half definitely felt like that.
I got a few things. do not add water to Jared Goff. That's one thing. Some items say just add water with Jared Goff. Let's not do that. That's bad.
That's definitely
learn how to freaking tackle. That's another thing. Learn how to tackle. There's so many times we had people wrapped up in the end zone. Yeah, let me talk.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's so many times we had people in the backfield that we didn't wrap up. And a 2-yard gain ends up to 5 to 7 yards or a first down or, just lapses and stuff like this. And I agree I said this in the early part of the year before, I agree with that a lot. We don't have the horses yet. So there's that. Personnel issues. I agree. And the big question mark for me, is it an injury? Where the hell is Derek Barnes? Come on now. All right, that's what I got so far.
Definitely.
I agree. I asked that the whole night. I felt like after, because they were picking on Anzalone most of the night. At one point, the adjustments never came. You know what I'm saying? Like once Green Bay made the adjustment, we never adjusted to that. They start targeting our linebackers and
and it was one of the things where you couldn't here's my deal. Did you forget about the eye candy? Matt, I said this when we did the preview. Matt LaFleur has just as much eye candy as Kyle Shanahan. And you look at some of those routes that Aaron Jones had where he caught all those damn touchdown passes. He was just eye candy. They lined him up different places. He would just run away from guys because they were falling for their banana in the tailpipe. And they were looking one way and he was running another. So I'm like, come on, man.
Take.
It's the eye candy. It was the eye candy last night.
I had no idea. Remember, I think a while ago I said something about, on video games, like certain stuff happened. I was like, if it's, if it's a certain player, you're like, well, it's that player. But if it's somebody like, another player, you'd be like, what the hell? It was one of those scenarios where, just like what you just said, it wasn't even a hard thing. Like they would line Aaron Jones up the opposite of whichever linebacker he was facing and just run him across his face.
Yep.
And it worked every single time. It's like there was no adjustment made. But that's how it happens on video games. It's like they move you away from you and then they just run away from you. And it's like always an instant completion. I just never thought that would happen so vividly in real life.
It was real life. I mean, guys scored 14. I mean, he didn't have a great game running the football. No. He did not. He caught 3 of those touchdowns where he was catches. I mean, like the guy was a beast and that goes back to the picking on the linebackers, but we'll get into that all later on, when we start breaking down position groups. But overall, it was just a frustrating game to watch in the second half. It gave us a glimmer of hope in the first half going into halftime. We're like, okay, we in there fighting. And I think it was the carryover from the last game, the fight that we had in the second half versus the 49ers carried over to the first half of this game, but it didn't carry the whole game. You know what I'm saying? It didn't last the whole 60 minutes. And, of course, the personal issue, like we said, there's things to fix. But, hey, let's go ahead and get into these position groups. But before we do that, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. If, you want to be part of the March to 10,000, click that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? It don't cost you nothing. You ain't got to take your wallet out. It's free. So go ahead and do that thing for us and join Prowl Nation. So, Jim, what is your family discussion topic for today?
This is a loaded question, but what do you think the Lions can correct to turn it around? We're 0-2. The defense looks awful. At least part of it does. We know it's that secondary and those linebackers at this point. But what can we do to turn it around? That's what I want you to put down in the comments below. We pick 6 of those suckers, and then we read them as comments on the comment card section so that we can hear what you have to say. So if you like the video and you love what you're seeing here and you haven't already done it, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button and ring that bell notification so that you know when fresh content comes out from us on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Now I'm going to look at the defensive side of the ball, and what I see on this, there's a lot of things. Melon Famu had a really good game. Not many people can stick with Davante Adams, but he seemed to be able to do that. And we say with Darius Slay got cooked by Davante Adams, or Jeff Okudah got cooked by him too. That was just a beautifully thrown ball on that 50-yard play. He was with him step for step. And what I noticed was his hips are so fluid. He can switch just like on a dime, man. That guy is going to be really good. He's got length. He's got speed. Man, when that kid learns, he's going to be really, really good. Defensive line played really, really well, I thought. We got, 3 sacks and, got to the quarterback, put a little pressure on Aaron Rodgers, knocked his helmet off. I love that part of it. But the linebacking core is just garbage. It's just garbage in coverage. So many missed tackles and things like that. Anzalone actually led the team in tackles, but he just he did. No, he did because they didn't wrap up
because they kept throwing at him, and that's why his guy kept catching the ball, and he kept
catching the ball, and then he would tackle him right when he caught it.
I could see exactly how he got.
That's exactly right. Hello, you are absolutely
absolutely correct, my dude.
On point. He had 10 tackles, 8 solo tackles, no pass defenses, no tackles for loss, no sacks, no quarterback hits. Come on, man. The big mystery on the defense is where the hell is Derek Barnes? We've been looking into that. I don't know. I'm looking at the milk carton. I can't find him. This is kind of, it's a head scratcher for me. I don't understand that. Bobby Price came in. He didn't have a terrible game. It is what it is.
He actually played well.
Yeah. It is what it is. I mean, we're next man up, and he played well. I got to give some credit though to Tracy Walker. I pick on him a lot, but Tracy Walker had a decent game in run.
2 games in a row.
The run fit. He's much better as a box safety that way, where he can come in and attack the ball and get in the box. So I like the way he played. But other than that, the linebacking core, it's got to go. It's got to go. Defensive line, good, getting pressure, not always, but they got in there on Aaron Rodgers with the secondary was okay, not great. Gave up a lot of yards. The run defense, did you know the Green Bay Packers did not hit 100 yards total rushing yesterday? That didn't happen for them.
That's good. What's the name had like 67 yards or something.
67 yards for Jones. I mean, they stopped the run. What was one of our keys to the game? Stop the run. They did that. They did that. Put pressure on Aaron Rodgers. They did that. Right. Well, why did they lose? Oh my goodness. We're going to get to that hopefully in the offensive part of the ball. And the offensive part of the ball had something to do with that as well. And I'm going to kick this over to Curt for the offensive side of the ball.
All right, so, for the offensive side of the ball, you look at what happened. Like I said before, earlier in the show, is that they're too busy trying to establish an identity to mix up the plays a little bit. Here's my thing. Have a balance, run and pass. First half, you threw the ball all over the field. You don't try to outscore Aaron Rodgers. You control the clock. You keep man bun on the sideline, and you run that clock. That's what you do. But we knew we could move the ball through the air versus the Packers because that's their weakness. If you go away from that one corner, if you go towards King and the other rookie corner, you can get some plays on those guys and attack the linebacking core. That linebacking core is porous like us in coverage. TJ Hawkinson was eating all day. That's why I'm wearing my Hockamania shirt. He was eating all day versus that those secondary and those linebackers versus the Green Bay Packers. But you look at how we just got away from what we needed to do to control the game. It's raining. Run the freaking ball, man. I mean, you run the ball. You keep Aaron Rodgers on the sidelines. We had some turnovers. Jared Goff with an interception late. He had the fumble, ball slipped out of his arm. And one of the things that's definitely an issue with him, and I see the same thing with some quarterbacks in the NFL. Jared Goff has a really, really long windup to throw the ball. And if you don't have, grip on the ball when it's wet, that's a recipe for disaster.
Small
and that what happened when he definitely dropped that ball and, it was a fumble. But I would say this, first half, Jared Goff, I'll take that guy any day of the week. Yep. Second half, Jared Goff, hey, bro, you got to fix some things. But you look at it, poor snap exchange between him and Frank Ragnow, but it was a good snap. That fumble that he lost. The first one, I was like, come on, man, you're a quarterback. You're supposed to get that ball and secure that thing. Ragnow did his thing. The offensive line played well. Jared Goff had time to throw the ball.
Yes.
He had plenty of time to throw the ball. And we were opening up holes in the run game. We just got away from it. We got away from running the ball. We got away from what the success of the team can be. And that's being balanced. Anthony Lynn has to be balanced in his play calling. You know, you have to do that to, you know, establish yourself as a team and your identity. The team identity needs to be balanced, not run, not pass, balance. If you can do that and control the game, you can win games because you can keep the other team's offense on the sidelines to help out our defense. Because sometimes the best defense is a good offense, right? And I think that's what I saw in the game yesterday. And when you get down so far, you have to try to force it. And then you know, that's when you end up making mistakes, you know, and that's what happened yesterday in that second half of football. We got so far behind and we just made a lot of mistakes. But overall, we still have some bright spots, you know. Hawkinson, you know, I think the two running backs could definitely keep running the ball. The offensive line plays well, but, you know, you have to keep the ball security and you have to be able to establish a balanced offense.
Yeah.
That was kind of the turnovers, or that was pretty much like the turning point. It was the early turnover. And it was like we never ever got the momentum back. Like because it seemed like we was, you know, I don't want to say controlling the game, but we had the momentum. It seemed like, you know, and it was waiting to completely go our way, and it just never completely got there. Like, you know, what's said, and Terry said, one of the Luthers had the curl that never fully quite curled over. We never, it just at that moment, we never
curled over.
We never got there. And then it was from there. And I don't know if I still like Jared Goff, but I don't know if, you know, I'm not gonna blame him. I will say welcome to the Detroit Lions, because last night was my first. Goddamn, I hate Jared Goff. So welcome to the team.
Well, you know what?
One more thing. I don't right now is. We, of course, you know, in certain positions, we don't have the correct personnel or yet, you know, and I believe both of you guys said we have what we want. We just don't have who we want.
That's Curt.
So, you know,
that is Curt's thing right there.
We'll eventually get there.
Assessment.
We'll eventually get there. But right now, tonight at least, or I'm sorry, last night, and I think I got this from Mike Mayock. You got to figure out if it's the X's and O's or the Jimmys and Joes.
Woo, yeah,
that take right there. I love that.
It seemed we got out schemed. We got out coached. The adjustments never came, and it was just like, what happened? Like you just like last game, we took that momentum from like the third and a half quarter on to halftime. You know what I'm saying? But then we lost the whole second half of the game. We got to just figure out how to get a whole game going. You know, like, you know, you hear it all the time, a full 60 minutes, you gotta go out there and play, man.
You know, what get lost in these things, and hear me out for a second, right? As much as we love our coaching staff on the Detroit Lions, a lot of our coaching staff is green as far as first time play.
They're learning too.
They're learning too. You know, it's going to be a growing process. You know, they can teach the game, but it's all about a holistic approach. And we're still a little bit green on that side as far as the coaching staff. But I believe that we can get this thing going. It may not. I'm not saying I'm not have this rosy, you know, outlook for the season, because I still stand at 5 to 7 wins anyway. I still stand there because we can get it together and win 5 to 7 games. But you know, it's one of the things where there's going to be a learning process. It's going to have to be some personal issues that need to be fixed. And I think you're going to have to inject those young linebackers into this lineup because the veterans are not getting it done.
Right. Okay. Man. Here we go. You know what? The first half, we did have a balance. We were running the ball in the first half. They were saying it was like 11 pass plays, 11 run plays. Jared Goff has 3.8 seconds to throw the ball. We were dicing them up. We were methodically going down the field, and then the rain came. We need to practice with sprinklers on. We need to do something because one fumble from the rain, the next fumble from the rain. I mean, Melanfamu goes out. That hurt us a lot. But it hurt us. The offense lost us this game. The offense lost us this game because you can't just keep giving up Aaron Rodgers just free passes to get touchdowns. Jared Goff was not good in the second half. But the thing is, for some reason, he can't play in the rain. God forbid he has to play in the snow, but he can't play in the rain. And
luckily, most of our
and I want to finish my
early.
point.
Yeah, go ahead.
So and he just honestly, this whole offense ran really, really smoothly in the first half, and the rain came, and then that destroyed everything. His throws were off, 2 fumbles, interception, all the things, and gave Green Bay the game. And I honestly think we need to practice in the rain or something like that. Forget the heat. Okay, go ahead, Curt. Sorry about that. I just didn't get to talk.
It's one of those things where, luckily for us on our schedule, I think the only cold weather game that we have that's outdoors this year is in Denver. Most of the games that we were playing cold weather climates are earlier because we played Green Bay last night. In Chicago, we play here in a couple weeks.
Week 4.
Yeah, week 4. Baltimore, we play at home. So most of the teams that we would play outdoors in a cold weather environment, we play earlier in the season. So hopefully we don't have to. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I mean, throw that dude out there with the super soaker and see if he keeps his hands on the damn ball. But I feel you, man. I mean, because I hear what you're saying. Because it was like, bruh, you got to keep that. You got to keep your goddamn hands on that ball.
It's, I don't know if you guys, they have like the separate telecast with the Manning brothers on there.
I
didn't see
they
that.
just kept saying it. They kept saying it. How much the wet ball drill helped them. And I forget. I can't remember the exact story, but he told the story basically like that's what saved them. And that whatever in the Super Bowl. That's what it was. He said he said they had 2 or 3, center exchange problems, fumbles or whatever.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Him and Jeff Saturday never did because they practiced the whole week with the wet ball drill.
I remember that because that game versus it rained the whole game. It was terrible.
Prince brought it down.
It was terrible. And he did his thing in the halftime show. But
man,
hey, if you like this content, man, let's like the video, share the video, comment on the video. Hey, man, we're just having fun here.
We're having a good time.
Hey, sometimes the things that make you laugh and make you cry and things and the vice versa. So we're just having fun right here talking about the Lions and the Packers. So it is what it is and what it is. So, all right, my man LL, we're gonna turn it over to you for the boss up, ball out players of the game and the Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Garbage.
Garbage players of the week.
Well, I'm gonna start with positivity.
Yes.
My boss up and ball out players of the game. Hawkinson.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He ate the run game, the O-line. They gave I won't give all of these players. I'll give one set of players, the O-line. I give my boss up and ball out players of the game to the O-line.
Played well.
I kept saying it. My homie who doesn't really know football like that kept saying it. They kept saying it on TV. I think I sent y'all it's like a Twitter thread of clean pockets that Jared Goff had.
Yeah.
It's looking like this is what we thought it could be. They're heading that way. They played great, man. I shout out to them. But they didn't play perfect. Nobody's perfect, of course. They didn't have a perfect game, but they had a really good game. Yeah. Shout out to those guys. That's when we play or when we were going well. Of course, they were a big part of that. And do I do the garbage or is that for everybody?
Oh yeah, everybody's going to do all of these.
Okay. Oh, my bad. And then what a garbage player of the week.
Come on, man. You're all right. It's on your tongue.
You can do it.
No. I was going to say it very mean, but I just didn't want to say it like that. It's the linebackers, Alex Anzalone and Jamie Collins. They got to do something. We got to make a move. Even if it's just starting somebody different. Maybe they're not big enough, of course, but you know how the newfangled NFL is having a safety to play linebacker. We've seen Will Harris is not very good deep. So maybe move him down and get rid of one of those other guys. I don't know. That's the problem. That's the middle of the field, or those guys, to me, was the problem, especially in tonight or last night's game.
Yeah. Okay. All right. My boss up, ball out. Player of the game. Gotta be TJ Hawkinson, man.
Yeah, the
Hawkinson was running wild. He was killing them cats, man. You just got away from him, and hey, Hawkinson is definitely going to do his thing. He's definitely up there in the top tight ends. He's proven himself to be one of the top tight ends in the season through 2 games. My Detroit Lions are the Prowl. you know, you put a bow on him because he's in a bag, the trash bag, has to be Alex Anzalone. That dude was not. And here's my deal. You brought him over here. You talking about he's one of the best cover corners cover linebackers we had down there in New Orleans and everything like that. And that dude was getting cooked. I mean, that dude, man, what's his name? Tanya was taking his lunch money. I mean, he was beating him up. I mean, he was like robbing him. I mean, like, hey,
every single person.
I mean, he was telling him to ante up. You know what I'm saying? Run me them yards, brother. You know what I'm saying? So he was taking him to the woodshed. You know, that touchdown that was right over his head, man. I was like, come on, right back to your hole. You're supposed to be our best cover linebacker. You're the green dot. You're the captain. You got the C on your jersey. We bought the C's back to the jerseys, gave you one, and this is how you gonna do this, man.
Well, the C stands for crap. So
yeah, that's how you played yesterday, man. But those are my boss up, ball out, and trash player of the week.
My boss up and ball out player of the game is first half Jared Goff. And then my trash guy is second half Jared Goff. No, I'm kidding. But I have a note on this.
That is a great assessment, Jim. I love that. I love that assessment. Yes. You know what? I'm 100% in agreement.
Right.
In agreement.
But I got to say this, though. I also love Penei Sewell. And I'm going to tell you this. There's a stat that I found out during the game. The Penei Sewell, as he started at left tackle, is the youngest starting left tackle in the history of the NFL. In the history of the NFL, future star for the Detroit Lions.
That boy is
future star.
Years old. 20. My kids is older than him. Both.
And I hope we don't end up having this topic later on, or later on in the week or anything like that. But just a quick question to you guys: are you still feeling the same way about the tackle controversy?
No,
absolutely.
I'm feeling the same exact way. Exactly. I say you have to go and put him back at right tackle, and you have to have Taylor Decker over at left tackle. I totally believe that.
Pro Bowl left tackle, man.
It's nothing against Decker. It's nothing against Decker. I want to say that first. Mm-hmm. I think Decker, especially how we playing now, he might even help us, but I don't know let's just say somebody. If we get a really good offer, that's all I say. I won't go into details of the offer, but if we get a really good offer, I feel like we got to do it.
I don't feel like that. I feel like he adds to the line. His experience, he teaches Penei Sewell. I mean, he coaches him up. He's kind of a mini coached out there with Ragnow in that. He solidifies your left side. If Sewell can learn that right side, oh my goodness, what a line we have.
Oh my!
Because you don't have to sit here and everybody's, he's not a right tackle, and I understand that. I get that. And for all those people that say that, I'm just letting you know it's not a good move to trade a 26-year-old left tackle in the prime of his career.
Yeah,
it's just not
for a lot of picks. That's the only thing.
We already have picks. We don't need. How many picks do we need?
You can never have too many picks. You can never have too many picks. The more picks, you can go get anybody. Like if the assessment is, we have what we want, but not who we want. You can go get whatever you want with the pick.
Right. But why do you take away? This is what the Lions always do. And I've said this last year. They create holes just to fill them in the draft. So I don't want to create a hole with a 26-year-old left tackle that's one of the better left tackles in the league. But so is Penei Sewell. I get the problem. It's a great problem to have, to be honest with you.
I agree.
Great problem.
I agree. Outside of a outstanding offer. That's my only caveat there. If we get a good offer, I say you got to.
I don't like Mac Nelson at right tackle.
Nope.
I would much rather have Penei Sewell at right tackle than Matt Nelson. So that's my point.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not doing that trick.
A right tackle ain't gonna save our season if it's lost. I'll take it.
I feel what you got to say. Hey, if you like this content, man, we having fun. You know what though? This is probably the funnest post game. Lost Tuesday we've had in a long time.
Right.
But we're just having fun. Hey, like this video, share the video, comment on the video. You know what you got to do, man. Get on that train, Wayne. Get on the bus, Gus, and join us. Subscribe to the channel. Hey, be a part of Proud Nation. Join that family. It don't cost you nothing, man. It's free, 99 free. And if you need more free, it's 50 free cent. You know how we doing it right here. But it's time for us to, zip it and talk about what you had to say about yesterday's show. It's time for the comment cards. Jim, you up first.
It's Dave spelled D, capital A, lowercase v, uppercase E. He says, personally, I think it's possible Lions can pull off the win. I'm sad about that. But they can't start off slow like they did against the 49ers. Well, check, they didn't do that.
They ended
also,
slow.
they need to try to get more pressure on Rodgers. Check, I actually think they did.
They did.
Yeah. But do not add water to Jared Goff. That's all I have to say.
The gremlin effect.
That's funny.
That's funny. That's funny. The, Doug Prince 72 says, "What up, Doug Prince?" Says, "Be prepared for the Zebras to save Rodgers and ride him off into the sunset." Yeah. Thank you for that, Doug. And a little bit. And just it's a little razzle dazzle right when they needed it seem, and that's when the penalty happens. But it can happen that way. Thank you for that, though, Doug Prince.
Yeah, man. King SJ, friend of the show, long-time viewer of the show, long-time member of the Prowl Nation. He says the Lions have 5 wins at Lambeau in my lifetime. I'm not holding my breath, but I would love to see win number 6. Well, it wasn't last night, but, no. I feel you, brother.
Maybe next year.
Yep.
Chip says, spot on, Jim. Rodgers gets happy feet when he gets knocked around. He does, but we had some injuries and some problem in the linebacking core. Not pressured, knocked around. He thrives on a non-physical pressure. He does. Curt, this is an old high school classmate of yours subscribing in 3, 2, 1. Glad to see you found something fun to do after your first career.
That's my man, Chip Underwood. That's my guy right there, man. Entire Air Force guy. We went to high school. We went to Powers Catholic High School together in Flint, Michigan, man. This is my dude right here. Chip, hey, man, I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. That's my guy, man. Hey, man, thanks for joining the Prowl Nation family.
Cap Ice Cold. What up, Cap Ice Cold says, would it be so bad to let Flowers and Romeo play DN and let Barnes and Julian play linebacker tonight? Thank you for that, Cap Ice Cold.
That's interesting.
I don't outside of if we're gonna switch it to like a 4-down lineman, then I would want to have those guys on the end, but no, not Julian playing in the middle. Can he play middle? I don't know.
I don't know if he can cover. That's my thing with him. I'm not sure that he can cover.
If you might know some more than I do, Cap. If he could play middle, then somebody else can play middle.
Julian, I don't know if he doesn't have that skill set.
He's more like an edge. He's more of an edge to me.
Yeah, he's an outside linebacker, edge rusher. Yeah,
Barnes
Julian,
definitely needs to play.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we have Komanga. I think is how you say that. I think of another time when Green Bay was vulnerable like they are right now. It still give the edge to the Packers, but I think the Lions can win. We thought so too, but things happen.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I've been wrong before.
It is, but you know what I'm saying. Hey, it's one of those things where you're gonna have to look at it, and it's going to be a season of growth. That is. We all knew, especially this first part of the season we have a brutal schedule. So, you learn from that, and hopefully we can adjust these things once we go forward and, make some personnel moves. And then I say play the young guys, especially the young linebackers, because guess what? You have to kind of give that same mentality that you're giving the young secondary. They're going to have to get experience from playing. You're not going to give Derek Barnes any experience sitting on the bench.
No.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe he's hurt. That's the only thing I can think of is he has some sort of tweak and they don't want to get it anymore.
Man, he's been a full participant all week, though.
I don't get it, though.
He ain't been on a pain train yet.
I know. I don't understand. I just don't understand why he's not out there. Okay, guys.
It might be one of those things to where they're just trying to figure it's one thing that always bothers them. They're trying to get that out of the system.
Yeah, for real.
Okay.
All right, guys, if you like the content, then give us a big thumbs up, like the video, and subscribe if you have not already. And by our percentages, you have not. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, but it really helps the show. Thank you, everybody, for doing that for us. And now we come to my favorite part of the show, the dessert with my man, Curt.
Hey, Dessert with your man, Curt is brought to you by Delightful Bites Cookies. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. Delightful Bites. Get your cookie on. Don't forget, we're going to the football season special. 4 cookies. Is there 4 helmets, 4 logos and 4 footballs of your favorite team for $35. Great cookies. They're nice size cookies. They're big and they're delicious. So go ahead and go over to Delightful Bites over there on Facebook page and get your cookie on. So I have a couple of things for my dessert with my man Curt today. You know what your man Curt. So first of all is that last night I was in the Lions Nation Unite chat, game day chat. Herman was in there as well. Herman Moore was in there chatting it with us, and it was so much fun, especially in the first half. But the second half was, but the first half was definitely good. So go over there and check it out during game days, not just when Lions playing, we're just when the games are going on, because I was on there on Sunday as well. So go check out the game day chats on Lions Nation Unite. You're gonna have some fun over there. Chrissy's over there kicking it with us. She's a rock star herself, but go over there and check out that chat on game day in Lions Nation Unite. I'm telling you, you're gonna have some fun. But the second thing is that some people didn't like them, but I like them. The Lions wore their Hampton whites. They were the all-white party yesterday. I like the way they look. That was the first time that the Lions have worn white pants since 1950. I'm liking the all-white look. I like the fact that they didn't have any stripes on the legs. They were just clean white pants. I like the look. I think we need to bring that back later on in the season. Of course, we the only time we're going to play another primetime game where we will do that is on Thanksgiving. That's it. Another national televised game. We only had 2 all season, and looking at last night, hell, I mean, we might be getting a gift for having an extra one. But I digress. But those uniforms, the whites, the Hampton whites, that's what I'm calling them, the all white party Detroit Lion Hampton whites look good on that team last night.
They say Detroit Yacht Party.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for
it was
real.
The yacht party. You know what I'm saying? It was what was that? The Catalina wine mixer. You know what I'm saying? How they got down. Those guys from Step Brothers. But the Lions wearing white pants for the first time since 1950. I like what we see. If we're seeing something like this now, I cannot wait till next season when we definitely have to be able to change.
We got to win with them pants on next time.
Yeah, we got. Hey,
yeah, that's my thing, though. Yeah, we better start winning with those.
Sometimes you don't win right away with something new. Sometimes you got to let it come in and do its thing.
We lose with the great pants too.
Kurt, you got to think about that. What you just said is really, really deep, man.
What's that?
Like you just said that sometimes when you try something new, you gotta give it a little bit. And I think that's what the whole team, man, is a lot deeper than just the jerseys.
You gotta give it a little bit of time to kind of, progress. But that is your dessert with your man Curt. Brought to you by Delightful Bites Cookies. Delightful Bites. Get your cookie on. Now it's time to take that big old.
Yes, it is.
The final thoughts. No, it's time for the final thoughts for the show. So I'm gonna kick it to Jim first for your final thoughts before we talk about that Wall of Fame.
All right. Yeah. My final thoughts for today is I'm very tired because we stayed up really, really late to do this. And we're doing this at 6 o'clock in the morning. So we're all tired. But we're trying to bring you the best Lions coverage we possibly can. I thought that we played really well in the first half. The announcers were shocked. They were saying, man, the Lions came to play and all this. And then they turned on the water over there and all this.
Hit that weather machine.
Yeah, it doused our dream of winning over there.
Plotting on me, Ricky Bobby?
God, that's funny. But that's seriously what I think happened. And the injury to Melanfam will really hurt us. And it looks like that's going to be a longer term injury. I don't know if it's season ending, but Dan Campbell at the end of the press conference did say that this was going to be a longer injury, and that hurts us. We really need to get some help there in the secondary. That's my final thoughts for today. And what do you got, LL, for today?
My final thoughts, and it might seem like I'm contradictory, but the hopium is gone. I thought that, but I will say this: when we play hard, we play as hard as I thought that we probably could. So, we just got to get that part going more. But no more 10 or maybe 11 wins. I was hoping for the best anyway, but I'm not gonna be like one of those people just hope we win a game, but I just hope that we can start piecing together whole games. So yeah, and that's a contradictory part is don't give up. You gotta keep going hard, man. Don't let things like this affect into or bleed over into the next week. You gotta let the positives roll over. Don't let the negatives stop right where they are right now. But learn from them. And I feel like I say this, all how I feel now will eventually, I have so much faith in this team going forward, like in just the future of this team, of this team.
Yep.
Whatever it's going to look like, I think it's going to look good. The toughness is there.
Okay, definitely. All right. Yes. Make sure you see Jim at the end of the show to pick up your certificate from graduating from the 12-step Hopium process program we have right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. All right. So my final thoughts for the show definitely is, we have some things that can work, but like I said, sometimes it's going to take a little while. You got something new. And I've said this a lot of times. Right now, we have what we want. We don't have who we want, but it's coming. And I have faith in this coaching staff and the front office to get some things done to change the mindset of what we do right here in Detroit. So, I love what I'm seeing as far as the progress, what we can see going forward. So, and like, the Gremlin effect definitely caught Jared Goff yesterday during that game. Now let's take that stroll on over to the Wall of Fame. You know what time it is. My bronze members. We have Detroit Drew. You know who that dude is. He's
got a new podcast member too. Detroit Drew.
Oh, Detroit Drew has a new man. You know what?
313 Detroit Drew 313. I think it's called.
Man, that guy is a great Pistons.
He's going into wrestling. He's going into Lions. Man. Whatever you guys want to talk, that's a brand new podcast. Need to check him out. Yeah,
definitely. Detroit Drew, Midwest Lion, the Latino Leo. In that building, Brian Stover, Bo Gagrius. Man, I almost had to pop one at halftime. Justin, my favorite beer, Mr. 10K himself. Sage, no longer on the roster, Surratt Roberts. Sub-Z, Trap City Boys Entertainment. We got Mr. Scotty the Bear, Frenchie himself. Crystal Wiley, Bubble Bo, John Kapler, Art Allen, my Flintstone extraordinary himself, Jimbo G. What up, Jimbo? And David Anderson. 7 members. We have Nomus J, Jason Portis, Cap Ice Cold. Man, I see you over there in that Lion Station Unite, my dude. And then the signal is in the sky for the Batman of the 313. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be here to save the day. John Martin. The F5 is blowing through the building. The tornado, baby. And we got Lions. And we have our gold members. We have Mr. Reliable himself. He's always there. Michael Huck, Justin the D, Pride 74, Doug Prince 72, Turner C. Burley, the inspirational one himself, Dominic Davis, Larry McQuiston, Bob Borowski. We have Big Ferg is in the building. That dude's doing this thing over there, writing some great content on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Matthew Ferguson himself, Randall Flag 606, Miles Gibbs. The Gridiron Blitz is definitely in the building. We have Mr. Rough and Raw himself, North End Ken. Hey, be careful out there on that road, brother. And the Dr. Detroit is always in to become a member of the Wall of Fame. Click the Join Now button in the description or that logo at the bottom of the screen. Now, that one is not free. You got to pay for this one.
Yeah, not free and all the other things.
Nah, this one you gotta pay a little bit of change.
A little bit of cheddar on that one.
A little bit more than free.
A little bit more. Not much.
You gotta put that wallet off for that one.
Oh, we only got one thing to do left of this show. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and now we're gonna throw it to Curt to close the show.
You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And as always, click that subscribe button. Be a part of that March to 10,000. You know what I'm saying? Get it on the bus, Gus. Hey, and thanks to my boy Chip Underwood for being part of Prowl Nation. That's my guy right there. Shout out to my fellow Charger for doing that and joining Prowl Nation. If you're going to go over and check out some great Lion content and you want it all in one area, Lions Nations Unite. You got Dose of Dion. You got Detroit Lion Podcast over there and so much more. Let's Talk Lions is over there.
Yep.
Everything King is a member over there. So
Yep.
you know we have all that Lions content on Lions Nations Unite. So go over and check it out. The biggest Lions fans in the game are right over there on Lions Nations Unite. And then, you know, if you're going to get yourself and want to read some great content, go over and check out Detroit Lions on the Prowl.com. Matthew Ferguson, Big Ferg does his thing over there writing those articles. I'm telling you, that guy's talented. You know, if you want to take a time out of your day, relax, and just read some great Lions content, he got it for you over there on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. And while you're there, click the link for lionsontheprowlshop.com. I'm rocking that Hawk Mania running wild because he is all over secondaries and linebackers this season already. So go over there and get it. My man Jim has on his Lion on the Prowl family shirt. If you look over his shoulder, you can see that kneecap biter shirt in the background as well. So get yourself some Lions on the Prowl gear. Prowl Nation represent over there on lionsontheprowlshop.com. If you get yourself some Lions gear, you know, I'm rocking that all, you know, black with the, you know, with the logo on it. I got it at fanatics.com. Go over there, get yourself some gear at fanatics.club. Click that link in the description, and you might get one of these things. I mean, if I can get it right quick, you get one of these things. You get a coupon for 20% off your next order every time you get something from fanatics.com. So go over there and check it out. A portion of the proceeds from that link in the description go to help us grow the content on this channel. And you can always take us on the go on your favorite podcast platforms, you know, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Spreaker. So you can get us on the go. If you can't watch us, you can go ahead and take a listen over there on those podcast platforms.
Yeah. One thing about that,
Tuesday.
we're also on Spotify and all that, and soon to be on iHeartRadio as well. So
Yes.
we've got many platforms. Anyone that you
Definitely.
can choose, you can get us on there.
Take us on the go.
On the
All right.
go.
So it's Heartbreak Tuesday because we sure got shellacked. They took us to the woodshed in the second half yesterday. But guess what? We're going to be all right. We're going to grind it out today. We're going to finish our lunch. We're going to get back to work, and we're going to finish that drink. And whatever you do in life, you know what you got to do, baby. You can't let these negative things get you down. You got to boss up. Ball out and be the best version of you that you can be. For my man Jim and LL, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon.